All right, we are here taking a look at Bready or Not unSURVIVOR, and I'm joined by Aramilion. How are you doing today?
Hi. Well, perfect. Thank you for having me. Lovely to see people actually playing the game that my team and I created. So yeah, thank you for having me, and looking forward to that.
Excellent. So go ahead and actually play the tutorial here. So
Mhm.
we've got Owen, Metro, Ryan, bread maze, eat them all. Different types of birds that are fast to fall in loaf, don't go, baking his heart, flies and flocks straight to the target. Loves crumbs and long walks, spawns around the bread. Strongest of them all, fight him and you're toast. Slow, but he will deal great damage. Okay. So we've got, yes, pause, eat the bread before the timer hits 20 minutes, bread HP, get upgrades over time. Bird spawn, use as often as you can. Okay, so I see. You were intentionally like spawning these birds down here, and you can upgrade them with bread. Cool. All right. I think we got the basics understood here. So, with that out of the way, can you talk a little bit about your background in game development and your role on this project?
Yep, sure. So I'm a programmer for like 8 years almost. So I have quite experience, I guess, on all of that. And yeah, and in particularly in game dev, I'm working for around 4 years now. I've shipped a few smaller titles, but currently I've just shipped with all of my awesome friends a little game that you might be familiar with called Baldur's Gate 3. So that's that's quite a thing we've got going on at Larian now. And one would say that like spending whole weekend on a game jam right a few weeks before release wasn't so smart of me to, to like do. But yeah, it was a lovely time which I yeah needed to recover for like a week after that. But yeah, hopefully the game didn't suffer from that.
Well, I got to say, first of all, my partner cannot stop playing Baldur's Gate 3. She's been playing it herself. She's been playing it with her sister. She's going to get me to play it, and I will play it as soon as I have time. But
I've
she's the first weekend that it came out, she put like 60 hours into it.
I've heard it's pretty good. So yeah.
No,
I'm
that's awesome.
I'm also playing it with all of my friends right now. So yeah, lovely to actually be able to share it with them.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Like this, I know this has been a long time in the
Yeah,
sort
of
of
course.
early access phase, and I'm sure there was all kinds of cool stuff you couldn't wait to show off because you knew all the cool stuff in the game, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just awesome. The like player reception of it is it is great. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's the like bigger success, the BG3 or the being in the GMTK video.
You know you've made it when.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't need to say which is which, but it's both. It's both. You know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But so long as you're here, I mean, I would love to just like talk about Baldur's Gate. But I feel
Yeah.
like in fairness, I'd have to involve my partner in the conversation because she knows way more about it than I do. So in the meantime, let's talk
Yeah.
about Bready or Not, since that's
Oh, right.
that's the game.
Yep.
Yeah, so we cleared the first level there. I've been trying to spawn things pretty steadily here,
Mhm.
and yeah. So can you talk a little bit about your inspiration, the inspiration that was behind this game?
Yeah, sure. So uh, we we actually developed it in like a team of 7 people. So there were a lot of ideas coming in of what we actually want to do, and one of them like main things that was sticking out was me and my friends. We were playing a lot of the vampire survival time games the Soulstone Survival or the Brotato or things like that. Like we have them all, and we just very much enjoy like going around and killing a bunch of things with all of the things happening at the same time at the screen. So yeah, we were in this zone that like for the past few weeks we were just playing those games, so we couldn't like get rid of them in our mind. So this was actually one of the first ideas that we came up with. To actually, it was pretty simple reversal of the roles, that you actually spawn this swarm of enemies that are targeting this one AI that is there in the middle. We had a lot of other ideas that we've also seen that they were implemented in the game jam, like the tower defense games reversed, or a lot of other ideas that we also had, but we didn't think we could actually manage to finish it in this weekend. Mainly because what I've said is we had a team of 7, but like half of our team didn't have much of experience working on games or like programming in general. So we really treated it more like a party, to like come up with something and have fun doing that. One thing worth noting is that all of our team is like very close friends of mine, or even a family. So we had my wife there, we have my brother there, my 2 closest friends with their boyfriends. So we just went ahead. Everyone came into my house and just put the PCs everywhere and had this really cool LAN party there. So it was quite like maybe challenging to actually find something for everyone to work on if they didn't have much of an experience working on things like that. And as a like organizer, you can say, of the party itself, it was really quite stressful. So I felt like I need to make sure that everyone actually feels like maybe you can say included or like needed to actually contribute meaningfully to the project. And I think we pretty much managed. We had 4 programmers working on it, with me included, and one of them is a really close friend of mine who is currently a QA engineer, the quality assurance engineer, and she really wants to like dive into the world of the programming. So I was actually like mostly throughout the 2 days teaching her how to create a UI in Unity, and she was like mostly responsible for that. So it was very, very lovely to actually see those maybe not so experienced people actually doing something, and seeing it come together from the beginning. Like the best thing that comes from that came from that, and like the thing that we've actually made it pretty close to the top is like amazing, like a cherry on top. They were all very excited, but I must say they all didn't expect what it's like to be working with me. I mean, they've knew that we will be like working, etc. But most of them, they gave me the feedback afterwards that they've expected it to be like this cool party, that we would work a little bit, then talk a little bit, maybe play some board games and have like a fire outside or something like that. And no. If you're coming to my game jam, you're working on a game. So pretty much most of the time was spent working on it.
Yeah, I mean, expectation versus reality. I mean, it's it's the unfortunate thing about that 48-hour time window, right? Like you'd love to take that time to just like be together as friends and family and just hang out, because I don't know, like outside of a game jam like this, how often do you get to even do that?
Yeah. Yeah, we meet maybe like once a month or something. We usually just play games online together. But yeah, it was lovely to see everyone. Yeah, during these 2-day periods. And
Nice.
yeah, everyone working, everyone doing their best, giving their best. Yeah, I'm very grateful that I have them.
Yeah, I think that's super cool that you were able to like all just pile into one house and really like work on a game.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite game jams are ones where I've been working like next to somebody and we're just like going back and forth on a game jam. So yeah, being in person with people now that the pandemic is like, well, as long as everyone keeps getting their vaccinations up to date, then hopefully we can do more in-person game jams in future.
As much as I love working remotely, having everyone on site during this like short burst that you actually like need to make sure that like the communication time and like iteration time is like yeah, at the minimum. Yeah, it's very very important, and I don't think we could manage to do that when if we all were online.
Yeah, it's the like there's just a like that time lag of like, oh, let's hop into a Discord call. But if you can just like turn over to someone and say, hey, what do you think of this? That's just so much easier to have that communication. And even being able to just like point at someone's screen and say like, hey, like can we move that over there? Like just there's definitely like a reduction in the barrier there. So
especially with Agnieszka, who I've mentioned was working on the UI. I've sat her in my room, like next to me. So every time she like ran into a wall or something, it was very fast to help her and like teach her how those things works
Nice. Actually, yeah, we've got a question from Funkadelic Peach about like what is your role specifically at Larian? You mentioned you were a like programmer, but can you get into more detail about?
Sure. I'm a senior tool programmer there. So what I'm doing is like working on the tools that our content creators use to actually make the game. I was mostly working on the tools for the dialogues and the cinematics in game. Yeah, so that's mostly that. So it's editor work and engine work.
So is it your fault when a character A poses in the middle of a cutscene?
Well, we can debate that.
No, sorry, that was me. Like, this is me watching over my partner's shoulder and seeing that happen sometimes and pulling on like, well, if I could find a funny thing to blame you for, but no, it's that kind of stuff doesn't bug me in games. If anything, I think it's fun if it happens sometimes, as long as it's not like messing with the experience. So, anyway, no, and the game is holding together remarkably well. Like, considering how many people are all of a sudden like, you went from I don't know, ballpark numbers here, but like, how many people are playing now versus in early access? I imagine it's just like an order of magnitude more, right?
Oh, I don't know the exact numbers, but what I can say is that from like one of the tweets that Sven did, we expected like 100,000 people playing at the same time, but we got over 800,000, which is like how?
Yeah, that's wild. That's absolutely wild, and like incredibly well deserved. Everything I've heard about the fact that like the intention with this game is to be like just a freemium purchase, no in-game like microtransactions charging you for armor sets or in-game currency or whatever. Like, I super support that. And my partner has supported it directly. She's bought this game for her sister, for her sister's boyfriend, and she's probably going to get it for my birthday as well. So we have definitely contributed some copies to the that number. Hey, I managed to actually win the game here. It's
congratulations,
yeah. I mean, I gotta say, I have enjoyed playing this more than I've enjoyed some of the other Vampire Survivor type games. Just because it's not really my genre, I'd rather be on the other side of things, sending the minions. So
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about can you talk a little bit about the actual like development process, like how things all came together?
So, like I said, we had a team of 7 people. 6 of us were like on site. One person was online. Uh, First thing that we've done is we've set up like a huge timer, so everyone can keep up with the how much time we have left, etc.
Mhm.
With all of us already knew what we were going to like focus on individually. So Agnieszka was doing the UI work, Monica was our graphic designer, and done all of these cute little bird graphics at everything you see on the screen. Pavel was the guy responsible for the sounds, and yeah, programming, like the management, etc. All of that was known already, and that's like the main thing that you can prepare beforehand. We didn't know what we were making. We knew that we will be making it in Unity, because all of us know Unity, and all of the people that are new, it's very easy to like get going really fast. So yeah, we had like the first 2 hours. All was spent on the design phase. We've said that we have like the first hour was like throwing out ideas. You cannot have bad ideas. Every idea is written on a piece of paper. And for the first hour, we're just spitting up ideas, how stupid or how like not makeable in this amount of time they were. We were just going and going and going. After the hour, we just said stop. Okay, no more new ideas. Now we rank them. So we gave everyone like 3 points to redistribute to like all of the best ideas that they think they are worth it doing. And in this process, we needed to do it like 4 times or something, because we couldn't decide between like 3 ideas. I think I don't remember the third one, but the second idea was the reversed tower defense game.
Mhm.
So yeah, we just thought this one will be a little bit more maybe unique, or we will have a lot more fun actually developing it, and it will be easier, because with the tower defense you need to have some kind of maybe path following thing that will need to be implemented, and in here you just spawn a bird and like move it towards the bun.
Yeah.
So it's super simple, and that was also one of our requirements, that it needs to be simple, because yeah, we have a good team, but to reiterate, not everyone is super experienced, and we want everyone to actually have something to do with it. And I want to have a time to actually spend with everyone, to like help them figure things out, etc. And if we were to like do anything even remotely in higher complexity, I would just be like programming all of the time, and I wouldn't spend any time with them. So that also like we needed to take that into the consideration.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
yeah, we had also a few pillars that we knew that our game needs to be cute. We like these cute little animals.
Mhm.
All of our game jumps, because it is like the 6th one that we've done. All of our games are about cute animals. So this one also needs to be about cute animals, and it also needs to be there needs to be a lot of puns inside. So, for example, you have a pigeon which is called Pigeon. You have a seagull which is called Steven. So or the Jack Sparrow. And yeah,
Oh, hey.
everywhere you look, yeah, that's us. You can actually see us. I'm the one in the middle. There is proof that we were on site with the GNTK 23 on there. So yeah, a very lovely bunch of people. So I can actually introduce them. So from the left, the girl in the on the screen is Paulina, is my brother's girlfriend. she actually couldn't join us, but yeah, she was all the time with us on the big screen in the living room. Then there's from the left is Pavel, my brother. My brother is a graphic programmer. Then there's my wife Asha, who was helping us with like project management and writing. Then it's me. Next is Monica holding Ezio the cat. Monica is our graphic designer, doing all of the graphics, etc. Her boyfriend Pavel, which is the sound guy, and Agnieszka, which was responsible for the UI. So yeah, we had lovely time in there, and yeah, this is the picture before the game jam. We have another picture after the game jam, which a little bit more tired looking.
A couple more bags under the eyes.
Yeah. So we decided to show that one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's happy, not knowing what's to come. Yeah. So that was the design phase. Do you have any questions about that, or should I continue to the actual development?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to the actual. Yeah.
Sure. So after we've actually landed on the idea, it was around, I want to say 9 p.m. or something. Maybe it was 10 p.m. I actually don't remember now when the game jam started. Nonetheless, we've set up to actually have a prototype finished until the end of the day, before everyone went asleep. So the prototype that we've created was the boxes following other circles and shooting triangles at each other to actually see whether it will work and it's fun. And one thing, whether it's fun, and the other thing is can we actually make it? So like we've checked that okay, we can actually move the player to another player, move the entity to in the direction of another entity. We can shoot things, etc., etc. And those all are pretty basic things that yeah, of course we can do it, but like I said, we haven't had that experienced people in. So like all of that, everyone needed to actually take time and do it. And I was focusing mostly on that to like help them make the game and not myself make the game with their help or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we figured all of that out. There were no like unknowns that we're not sure how to do. And with that in mind, I've created a bunch of tasks that my people can that my team can start working on whenever they decide to wake up the next day. So we don't need to like wait for each other or something like that. So yeah, we have a bunch of tasks that were needed for the first prototype. And yeah, we just started going. We had like we've split on the two groups. One was the programming group, which we were like developing things, the prototypes, etc. And the other group was the design group, which was designing the names, visuals, and all of the other things. We had like a free visual like concept arts, how those things can look. And Monica is going to kill me because I don't remember the second the other concept arts that we've done. They were also super cute, but and also with animals, but I have no idea what that was. But like the pigeons swarming the bread was like the no-brainer for us. Like let's go with that. It's like yeah, super awesome and like crazy. So yeah, we just went with that. Everyone was knew what they're working on, what we need. We had this board with all of the tasks. We were using Hack and Plan for that, but yeah, you can use it anything like Trello or something to like let everyone know what you're working on and what else needs to be done, etc. And yeah, we had a few things that were not that that went not that great. Mostly, one of the things that I was like pushing with is that the game wasn't really that much fun that I wanted it to be. At first we have like we were spawning a few of the birds only, and like we had a little bit more control of them. Like you could control where they spawn, where they are going, and other things like that. And it was just like meh. Uh, uh, not really that fun. I was always like iterating, it's not fun, it's not fun, let's find the fun in our game. And after the first day we had like most of the things working, but the fun wasn't there still. So at the start of the second day, like the last day on Sunday, when we woke up, I had a few ideas how to improve it. So we pivoted a little bit. We like removed the like thing that you could actually spawn the birds whenever you want, wherever you want. We also introduced some other power ups and made those numbers bigger, like the number of entities on the screen bigger. So we are actually swarming the bread and not using like 2 or 3 pigeons to try and sneakily get it. And I think that actually did it for us. We were all more excited about that, about those sheer numbers of things spawning in. So yeah, that was the second day. Working on that. Of course, on Sunday it's not like a full day, so we needed to work very fast to like pivot a little bit from what was going on there. We finished like 2 or 3 hours before the deadline. But of course, then there were bugs that were need to fixing, a little bit of the like balance, etc. Of course, we didn't get like the balance just perfectly right, but we've made it just enough so you can actually play the game. There were a lot of other things that we also wanted to fix, like there were some last minute sounds that were added to the game. And yeah, we finished 3 hours before lunch, but we actually submitted it 15 hours before the deadline. So yeah, that was actually very stressful also, because yeah, we had a few release candidates for the thing that were already submitted, but in each one of them there were some game breaking bugs that no, we need to fix that, we need to like reiterate on that. So yeah, working like almost all of the available time.
Yeah.
And some of the things that we've changed, like we removed the ability for you to spawn the birds wherever you want. That was like one of the one of the most common feedback that we've got, that it would be cool if you could actually spawn the birds wherever you want. And yeah, I agree, but the way we had it, it wasn't fun. When we change it, yeah, we figure out also now we can add it where that you can spawn them, but there's no time to just do that again. So yeah, definitely a lot of things to improve them, improve there. But yeah, we have such a lovely time working on it.
Nice. I'm noticing that I'm running into a bit of a New Game Plus situation here, where my upgrades from the past runs keep on stacking.
Yeah, sure. That's yeah, you can guess that's not really supposed to be there. But also we have a few comments that were saying that they were trying to speedrun the game in this way. So they were keep playing and resetting, and they were they could just finish it in like 6 seconds or something from starting a new game because of all of the upgrades. So I guess that's a feature.
It became a feature. I mean, you know, like the old Atari games of yore. If it was fixed by the time it went onto the cartridge, it's a feature.
Oh yes, yep, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, we're getting to the third fight here, and it's only just like a minute 50 seconds. So I don't know how they're getting it down to 6 seconds. I can't imagine how many times you'd have to run through the game to get it down that much. So what would you say is the most difficult problem you encountered during the jam? Was it the like finding the fun?
I think yes, because as you can see, the game is not that complicated. I mean, you can split it up into small parts, and every single part can be like solved with and like 1 or 2 lines of code in a script, like spawn here, follow there, and click the button, etc. So that's really all that is there. Uh, I think the most difficult part was actually getting all of the people to actually have something to work on, and be like involved. You can definitely make game like that in 48 hours in like 3 people or even 2. It's just yeah. So that's one of the difficult part. But also we have an unexpectedly high number of like technical issues. I guess maybe I just forgot how to use Unity or something. We had a few issues with prefabs. Like last time I've used Unity with prefabs, they didn't have nested prefabs, and I think
Wow.
I'm just too stupid to like figure out how to work with them. Because yeah, we had a few issues where we have a few prefabs under the canvas objects. So like all of the objects on the UI were their own prefabs, and like all of the panels, etc. So yeah, they can be worked by multiple people. But like every hour or so, after you got latest changes from the Git server, a lot of our references in the scene were disappearing, and
Oh,
I
that's so
I
annoying.
I don't think I was doing anything wrong, but I mean, of course, I was doing something wrong. It's not like I mean, Git or Unity has this bug or something. But maybe it did, but yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't, which is just like some kind of a fail for me. But yeah, we were just needed to reassign those, and at some point in the middle of Sunday, when we were actually trying to fix all of the bugs and just get it done, I just flattened out the whole hierarchy. So like I've removed all of the prefabs, I removed all of the things, and had it all done on the scene, because we couldn't spend more time fixing those reference issues. I still don't know why that was. I haven't looked at it yet, but yeah, that's like that's the worst thing that can happen to you, that you are fighting with the tools that you are using, and not actually trying to solve the problems in the game itself. So yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things in there. But also when if we are talking about the gameplay, I think the hardest issue to solve was the upgrade system, which I think is working remarkably well. How it's done is also like pretty modular, that you can add different attributes to your entities, and you can set up how they scale, how they're saved, how they're like handled by the attribute engine that my brother has written. And we had quite a few like talks about it with him during those 2-day periods, because he really wanted to do it in this modular way that was like very awesome to do in like actual product that you are working on. But for this like 2-hour game jam, I was worried that it's too complicated and too complex, that you will spend like a few hours working on just that, and we could just hard code a bunch of stuff in. But yeah, he managed to convince me, and yeah, it works really great. I mean, it doesn't reset between the levels, as you've as you've noticed, but still, and it's also used for the enemy character, so it also like levels up after it changes form. So it's also using the attribute system to like increase the projectile speed or its HP or something like that. So yeah, very lovely thing. I would say it's pretty complex to include something like that in a game like that. But yeah, he had so much fun working on it, and yeah, it turned out great.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to keep talking, but we do have another interview coming up. So for now, are there any other projects that you'd like to plug, or a social media handle that you'd like to give a shout out to?
I don't have social media handles like that, but if you are interested in this game, we are like I've said, it's our 6th game jam that we've done as a team. So if you go ahead and open up our itch.io page or my itch.io page, or maybe it's 5th. Not sure. Yeah, we have all of the other games like Significant Otter or Flamigos or For Fox's Sake, which are all about cute animals and puns. Yeah, you can check those out. We had also very lovely time working on it. For Fox's Sake is an RPG. Significant Otter is a little puzzle game, and the other one, Flamigos, is just pure chaos. So that one actually maybe most fun. Yeah.
And then there's also Explosive Dice, which is what we the first interview that we did together last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, that was last year. That was actually the only jam that I've done myself without the team. Uh, uh, so uh, so yeah, and that's why it's not like about
Cute animals.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thanks once again, Aramilion, for coming on the stream and talking about Bready or not. Yeah, just pass along a thank you to the whole team for their work on the project. It was a lot of fun to check it out.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you make in the next game jam.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much for having me. Unfortunately, my team couldn't make it today. A few of them wanted. A few of them were like terrified. So yeah, but they all are watching right now. So yeah, also thank you very much, my whole team, for enduring working with me over the weekend. And yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. It was lovely. And yeah, hopefully see you next year.
All right. Yeah. Until then, best of
Bye.
luck. Bye for now.